Can I just like stand in the background?
No, you can't stand in the background. Okay.
Your turn will come.
Go. Hey guys, welcome back to WTF Airsoft. Your host Austin and Brian. Okay, quick recap. If you follow our Facebook fan page, Team Black Sheep, we posted, hey, we're gonna go to Insight, and we did. We drove up there to Ranch Cucamonga, really quick, a couple minutes away, and we stopped some random kids, players, talking about their gear and stuff. So let's go ahead and watch that. So let me turn that back on so you can watch it.
I'm here at Inside Interactive with
Nathan.
Nathan, how long have you been playing Airsoft?
2 or 3 years now.
2 or 3 years now. Now, Nathan, what can you tell me, like, some of the things that, what's a good day of Airsoft for you?
The day of Airsoft is where, like, you're not getting a lot of cheaters going through and, like, people are calling their hits and everything, not bonus balling you, shooting you extra times and stuff like that.
All right, so what ruins Airsoft particularly for you? Is it the cheaters or the douchebaggery or what's up?
Cheaters.
The cheaters?
For sure.
All right, so a bad day of Airsoft for you is just somebody not calling their hits.
Yeah, but sometimes there's these kids that come through, they're, like, really young kids and they got all their expensive gear and they're just, like, acting like they know everything about the sport.
The elitists.
The
elitist. All right, so a lot of questions.
What's your favorite camo pattern? Wait, which AOR pattern do you like better, 1 or 2?
Oh my god.
Neither.
That's all I got. Thank you. Thank you for giving us your time. And,
Thank you.
Let's 5.
Hey guys, here with Devin, newest member on Team Black Sheep. Devin,
Yes.
people are probably going to be wondering, why is this guy on a team? What's your Airsoft background and experience, and what do you do?
Well, I've been playing Airsoft for 10 years now. I currently work at Tsunami Airsoft in Orange, so I'm in technically industry. I've been working there for about 2 years almost. I've played at SoCal Airsoft like a bunch of fields.
Do you milsim off?
I've done milsim in the past.
Tell 'em about that one.
There's been some really great memories from milsim type events, and there's also been some really not so good ones. I just like eating beef jerky and hanging out with my friends and playing some BB Wars.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a pretty casual guy.
What's your favorite thing in Airsoft?
My favorite thing in Airsoft is probably tinkering with my guns and getting them to work exactly how I want them to.
Did you check the hop-up node?
I don't think I did.
What's your call sign, Devin?
My call sign is Nubs / Grizzly. Grizzly's
Oh. What's your real call sign?
Nubs.
Yeah.
My call sign is Nubs.
That's right, it is.
Yep. Any other questions for me, Mr. Brian Holt?
I think that's it for now.
I have one question. What type of hair gel do you use?
Smooth gel. Look at that.
Look at that.
Bounces back.
It's
In case you guys
it's
are
not
asking.
spiky.
No.
It's not gun grease internet. You're wrong. It's.
It used to be long ago with the whole Static X thing. It was a mixture of got to be glued and then also a generic filler hair gel, like the stuff you find at Stater Brothers, that big old tub. That's a whole nother chemistry thing.
Good looking
Static
hair.
X, yeah.
Very scientific. You want to end this interview out, or
Yeah,
we're just
let's
gonna roll
go
into
for
the
now.
next one?
Okay, let's get our next person.
How about the MP7 mush?
Hey guys, I'm here at Inside again with Zachary. Zachary, I heard kids on the street, the guy right there making fun of your Famas. Tell us why your Famas is so cool.
Well, it's awesome because, first of all, I like the little bipod on it. That, and it's a little bit unique from the M4, AK-47 kind of thing, because whenever I go to like an airsoft arena, I usually see a standard M16 or M4. I kind of want to go for, yeah, I want to go for something different.
Now, question. Is it hard for you to find the mags, or did you do the M16 stand mag?
It's a little bit hard, but they sell them at a reasonable price on e-bike. $15 to $18 usually, where I can find them. They're usually thanks.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I put a couple of stickers on it. One is
Sweet.
a brand for mouses and keyboards, and this is just Gears of War 3.
Sweet.
because-
How does that change the performance?
Oh, no, it's just my own little addition.
It's a
to
flare
my brand.
patch. You can
Dude,
play.
Razer products are sick. Shut up.
Devin, focus the camera on this. Don't not. Now, is this a Marui, YMP, or Cyber Gun?
Oh, this is actually
Cyber gun.
fun.
That's cyber gun.
It is what he said.
Oh. You like it?
Yeah, I really like it. I've had it for about 2 years now.
That's good.
And no, nothing really bad has happened.
Have you upgraded it for Insight or downgrade, or?
No, I haven't. I just left it the same and it's been performing well.
Okay. Well, tell the viewers out there why they should get a Famas and not an M4.
Why you should get a Famas is because mainly because the M4 usually the barrel is a little bit longer, so whenever you're clearing buildings and things like that, you wouldn't be able to swing it in time. With a Famas, I feel that I'm able to switch between
Barrel length is the bull pop, that's why.
Yeah, that's another reason.
Back in the day, I had a Marui and a YMP Famas. They are a weird gun, but they are that niche of being unique and different. And being on the airsoft field, you want to make your own presence. You don't want to be little Tim Bob with the M4. You want to be different, so I like it.
Ryan, go feed my dad.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3, and go.
All right, I'm here with my good friend Ed.
Hello.
Ed's been airsofting for quite a while. He's a very classy airsofter. Ed, what can you tell me are some of the negative things you see working at an airsoft field, like, or on the airsoft field? Some of the negative.
I think it's more the attitudes of the players. Maybe 10 years ago, we had a different breed of airsofters. It cost a little more money, so it was to people who were more dedicated, more, I guess they invested in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And now, with the clones, I would say that's kind of what ruined airsoft. It did make it more affordable, and I do enjoy that myself, that airsoft is more affordable, but it also lowered the standard and the investment that people had to put into it.
Okay, I could see that for sure. What would you say is worse running into on the airsoft field? Would you say it would be the elitist or like the cheaters? Which one gives you a worse time?
I believe that cheaters are the people who ruin the sport because airsoft is based on honesty and integrity. So if you have people chipping away at the fundamental structure of it, then that kind of ruins this hobby altogether.
For sure, for sure. So what do you think about, you see a lot of the kits and stuff, what do you think about stolen valor in the airsoft community? Do you think it's a growing trend or do you think it's dying out?
I think that it is a growing trend, and it's unfortunate because I understand that airsoft was meant to model after or be military simulation. That's what a lot of people were aiming with the realistic looking guns, realistic looking gear, and fortunately people have taken it to a new level where there's rankings on teams and there's call signs and there's meetings and they pretend like they're the real Navy SEALs or they pretend like they're the real Special Forces, and it's hard to take it because now you're taking credit from the people who actually put their lives on the line. And in my opinion, very immature. I feel like they should actually just try and...
Well said. Thank you.
Yeah. Any?
I'm here with Iron Man. Just kidding. What's your name, man?
Luke.
Luke? Now, I've seen Luke play here for how long? You've been here forever.
A couple years.
Couple years, yeah. So what's your favorite part about airsoft, man?
Just getting out and playing with my friends, I guess.
Are you sure it's not all this fancy gear and all these shiny lights?
It's a perk.
It's a perk? It's a perk. What do you feel about players that come here that aren't so savory? Like, what's the ideal player you don't want to see on the field when you come here to play?
Polar Stars and Die people.
Polar Stars and Die people, why is that?
I think they ruined the game of airsoft.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just...
They're scary? That rate of fire is scary and the full face mask is scary?
Darth Vader.
I
Darth
guess
Vader?
I guess the Polar Star just gives them too much power, I would say.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
Yes.
What type of guns and kits do you like to run? Do you have a
Navy
special
SEAL.
Navy SEAL stuff? Alright, cool. What Blitz class are you? No, I'm just kidding. No, but how'd you get into the whole Navy SEAL gear thing? I know it's pretty unique, not a lot of people do it.
Insight.
Insight? Alright, cool. Who's the man to talk to at Insight about Navy SEAL and Special Forces and gear?
Frank and John.
Frank and John? Head ref Frank and the owner John, yeah. So if you are interested in some fancy gear and playing some good games of BB Wars, would you say Insight's definitely the field to go to?
For sure.
What other fields do you go to?
Insight and Insight.
Insight is that good, he listed it twice. Anything else you want to say? Anything you want to get off your chest other than that plate carrier?
No.
No? What do you want for that cat tourniquet?
$1 million.
All right, cool. Wave goodbye to the camera.
Bye. Thank you.
And that was pretty cool, you know, connected with you guys, airsofters, you know, just like we're airsofters. So, you ready to answer some questions from last installment of WTF? Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, the first one is from NEPA Airsoft. Age limits on fields. Your thoughts on the youngest age allowed play on the field, or you know what I mean.
I always had like an idea to do age groups, because if you mix a lot of the little kids in there with, like, you know, little kids that just want to go out and play, and you mix them in there with like the older guys that are like really hardcore players, both groups aren't going to have a good time. You always hear the older players complain about the younger kids. You know, a lot of them, like, they wear the thick hoodies, they don't feel the shots or whatever, or a lot of them just sit in the start point because you know, they're scared to move up or whatever. It's newer. So I always thought about like leagues, like age leagues. So like you have your like 12 and up or whatever, you know, like, and then you're like 16 and up, whatever groups, or like the teeny kids and the older kids, just like dividing up the groups, and then, you know, having a day where everybody can mix and mash, you know, because sometimes the dad wants to take his kid out or whatever. But
Yeah.
I definitely think like a lot of fields should try that, like doing an age division type.
But what if he's asking about maturity? I've seen some airsofters that are knee-high to a grasshopper, and they're very mature, and I've seen some adults which throw tantrums when they get shot. That's another question. I don't know if he's asking that, but I see that. You guys see it too.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Oh, next question is Fallen Superior 10190. He's saying he loves the channel or the show series. Thank you. And then he's also asking, what's your opinions on fields banning guns with quick change FPS? That'd be, he says, like, it's a long paragraph. It's like for Systemas, Polar Stars, and any other guns can basically do that, like the QD spring change. After they chrono, they pass chrono, they're fine. We go on the field or back to staging area and just change it real quick to shoot 600 FPS. What's your...
Well, like a lot of the whole people banning things, because I had one of the times I went to ITS, I took my Polar Star, and the people were like, oh, I don't know if I should let you use that. And a lot of people kind of have this, you're guilty until proven innocent. I mean, Airsoft's supposed to be a game of honor. You should be able to trust people to go out there and, you know, play honorably and not change your FPS. And I think more often than not, people just assume that since people have the ability, that they're going to do it. Because, like, for instance, that video where the guy claims that the BB is shooting through walls just because he has a Polar Star. Like, they're like, oh, he turned his FPS up. It's a little ridiculous just assuming that. Now, I'm not saying you should exclude it, but, you know, like a lot of the air rig systems for the Polar Stars, they come with tournament locks to where you can't change or regulate your FPS, and so a lot of fields utilize that. But just simply banning a gun because it has that option is really ridiculous. Like a lot of places don't allow Polar Stars and like stuff like that because they assume people are going to cheat and crank up the velocity. I won't participate in those fields. That's a little ridiculous to me, to just assume that people who have that technology are going to cheat because they have it. That's like just assuming that everyone's a cheater.
Well, it comes down to the refs. Then if by that logic we should basically ban everybody that's using adjustable hop-up. Many times you'll see people, and I can hear it, if you guys do any tech working or if you've been around Airsoft a while, you can hear people where it's like bloop, 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 when they chrono the gun, like, yeah, my gun's shooting super low. And it's like, motherfucker, you turn the hop-up all the way up and you're shooting it, and the ref's like, oh, cool, I guess you're having gun problems. I'm going to put a tag on it. Might as well let that pass, too. And also, like, when you guys hear the sonic boom of a gun shooting like 500 FPS, when you hear this pop, and the whiz past you, how come no one ever says, ref, that person's shooting hot? You know, people, like, hide and they don't call it out. And the refs need to step up and, like, actually call people out and do the spot checking, you know. A lot of the fields don't have the refs that are the smartest. They're just gonna say young kids that are doing a summer job and they just want paycheck they don't care about safety. Like, I have this vest, I'm cool.
Yeah.
But it's this whole balance of check and balance. If you don't have the refs carrying, you don't have the field that's carrying, we have to police ourselves because no one's doing it. So.
And if you are the type of person that goes out with these guns and changes your velocity, you're ruining it for everybody else. It's like,
yeah.
It's not supposed to be a game of hurting people. I don't know why you need that high FPS. Like, I've had guns before that I was generally like, I was kind of sad because the FPS was way too high, and it's like, no field's gonna let me use that. So, you know, I found ways to lower the FPS with like the gas guns. I had the impasse system, you know, so I can lower the FPS. I don't want the velocity to be that high. I want to be able to legally use it because at the end of the day, I want people to enjoy playing with me. I don't want people to be like, oh, that guy's gun hurts, and I don't like playing with him. So I don't know why people have that mentality.
Well, here's a long one. Mr. RBM33, he's asking this long question. What are your thoughts on people who eat, sleep, crap, think, and do nothing more than airsoft? And then they're also basically have the full military loadout. They're the age to enlist, but they don't. I'll make this short and sweet because I've never done military or any armed service, but I was at the roadblock, or not the roadblock, crossroads of get my bachelor's and other degrees or go with my friend to Marine Corps. I decided, and this was when I was still working airsoft retail, and I'm like, and I chose school and airsoft to continue, and I furthered. But it kind of makes me wonder, it's like, you guys have the option to, you know, I didn't have any weird health things or anything, it's just like, I had either or. My parents like, you can do whatever, we'll support you, but make a choice. But it kind of makes you wonder, it's like, how come these milsimmers or these hardcore elitists, you know, they're 19, 20, 21, they have all the legit gear, but I don't see them in the military. I'm not knocking that or anything, just like, that's a weird question. What's your take on that?
I don't think it's fair to, you know, put that question on people like, oh, why don't you just join the military? Because I always hear it like, oh, you got all the camouflage, why don't you join the military? And it's like, I was in the Marines, and it's like, I could tell you from experience that a lot of these people that are they're in no shape to, you know, to be in the military. But it's like, why would you take away airsoft, you know, from them because they're not joining the military? Airsoft's not reserved only for milsim. It's not. Not all airsoft is milsim. Now, I would say the only time I would say it's okay to kind of like interrogate like that is like those really hardcore, like he says, the eat, breathe, and sleep, like milsim, and they have like ranking systems, and they like to yell at people. I actually had this guy. He was like really overweight, like really overweight, and he tried using lion claw rank on me. He's like yelling at me, and like we're all pinned down. He's like, "You run at him," and I'm like, "No, I don't think so." Like, and he's like, he flashes me his lion claw patch, and I'm like, "What is that supposed to mean?"
Lift
like,
that up a fold. Look at that.
Yeah, like what is that supposed to mean? Like, get real. Like, don't let this stuff go to your head. Like those guys that did that video, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck mad bitches." That was their airsoft video. Is how awesome they were. You play with BB guns in the woods. You're not freaking Mr. Coolie Cool. So it's pretty ridiculous. Everybody thinks they're freaking some hot stuff guy, or like they're gonna talk like that on video. It's a little ridiculous. Like you dress up and play BB Wars in the woods. You're not pulling mad ass.
Yeah, it's funny when you tell non-airsofters what you do, and like they're like, it's like paintball. The stuff at Walmart, it's just like, you have to realize you're just there to have fun. You can't. There's no street cred in this. It's just have fun. Don't try to make it something it's not. Just goes back to the whole, just have fun.
And when you leave the field, you should leave your gear. Like, don't literally leave your gear at the field, but like when you get done playing airsoft, your gear should come off, and that should be the end of it. Like,
you mean like Superman? How
yeah,
he changes.
Yeah. You should change back into regular clothes, because some people like to put their stuff on and go to places like E3 in their combat sets and look like a total fool. So, I mean, just remember.
Oh yeah, by the way, this video is sponsored by Baker's. and BFC. Okay, well, that concludes that double whammy of WTF. And I guess for next week, we posted a blog on our team website about David and Goliath, the small retail stores trying to compete and thrive in the shadow of the big stores, the online stores. What are your guys' take on that? I used to work in airsoft retail, and now I do basically wholesale manufacturing. Devin is on our team. He does retail, and also Sparky, he does retail as well. So we're gonna probably try to have everybody in on the video next week plus Austin. And we wanna know, like, what's your guys' take? Are you guys supporting or fans of the online stores where you can like scroll, click, I wanna buy that. But then what happens if you have a problem? Or are you the ones that go to the walk-in store, like, oh, this gun's so cool, how much is it? Ooh, let me look at my... Okay, I bought it. Thanks for letting me test drive and finger fuck this gun. You know, are you guys like that? What do you think? And also, online stores, you know, they just want your money. They don't really want to talk to you compared to like the walk-in stores, which will help you. You know, you can go there. Maybe it's a little drive, but that human interaction, in my opinion, that's better. So let's hear some advice and feedback from you guys. Good and bad experiences. You know, we're gonna do our best to keep it real, but not bash stores. But if you have interaction stores which do an awesome job to help you and your friends, we will definitely give them a shout out because they need the credit. So, yeah.
Yeah, support your local fields, because giving them their money, they can expand their business, open up your fields. That's how you get your fields. Yeah. If it wasn't for the Bing shop, I wouldn't be playing airsoft because it was local. It had guns available, and then they opened up the field. If everybody in that area bought online retail instead of going to their shop, they wouldn't have business. You wouldn't have a field. Airsoft wouldn't exist for you.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go play in your backyard all the time, I guess.
Yeah. Airsoft fields cost money. On a side note, don't go to illegal fields. You know, pay that $20 to go to actual airsoft field. It has insurance. It has known medical and like everything like that for EMS. If you're playing in the backwoods and you call 911, yeah, we got hurt, they're not going to find you. If they're like, oh, I'm at this airsoft field, they'll be there. So support your local stores and fields. You know, it's the only way to make airsoft grow. Okay, so thanks again for watching. See you guys next time. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.
Stay classy.
Yeah.
Now we just sit here awkwardly.
Do you want to?
No. Do a bunch of random faces and then